Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum once again. Continue the session AFM orientation June 23 session. Now second phase of the video. Second phase. And this part of the video, it's about some smart exam technique. I'm providing you the guidance, the smart exam technique to handle the AFM exam. Smart exam technique to handle the AFM exam, including new professional skill marks. Now come on. First of all, the point is that whenever you are approaching any of the AFM exam question, because in strategic professional optional exam, handling of the question is a very challenging point. So number one, to cover this challenge and become under 40% result, how to develop the right direction. Okay, so for this, the very important point, the first thing, whenever you are attempting any of the question, first point is that you have to split your time in two parts. Number one, before attempting any question, first of all, you have to plan the question and then attack or start working on it. Ideally, the recommendation is that you have to invest 20% of your time for planning and 80% of your time for execution. I must say, for example, if you have started, and my part of the course started with the advanced investment appraisal. For example, if you have covered the advanced investment appraisal, number one, if you have covered the advanced investment appraisal, number one, and after that, you are going to practice any of the question, either 25 marks question or the 50 marks question. The first thing, if you're going to attempt the question, the first thing is that first you have to plan the question with the 20% time and then start working accordingly. What inside the planning? Now, I'm discussing some important thing here. So very carefully watch this particular slide. Plan your answer before attack. Number one, for planning, the first thing is what mentioned? Time management. At the planning phase, what you will determine? How much time I have for this question. For time management, and number two, marks management. If you are going to attempt the question, first consider time management, then consider marks management. During 20% time, you will identify how much time I have and what points I have to write it accordingly. Now, for time management, listen carefully. You have total 60 minutes. You have total 60 minutes per hour into 3 hours is equal to 180 minutes. You have total 180 minutes. For 180 minutes, how much marks you need to attempt? You need to attempt 80 technical marks. 80 technical marks, that's important. 80 technical marks you need to attempt. 80 technical marks and 20 professional marks. So actually you need to attempt 80 marks question, because professional marks is actually the quality, actually means the quality of technical marks. So practically you will attempt 80 marks question, including 20 professional marks. That's important. 20 is not separate thing. It's included with the technical marks. So effectively 80 marks to attempt. Means if you have 180 minutes, divide by 80 marks, you have 2.25 minutes for each mark. That is called time allocation. Time allocation. 20% time for planning for any part of the question, and 80% for the war time. War means execution. Is this clear, all of you? Candidates, are you with me? This is what about the time management aspect. Hello, can you please reply me? Yes or no? Time management. Okay. Number two, marks management. For marks management, you have to consider that during planning phase, you will consider whatever examiner asks with the requirement. What technical marks I have to attempt. So that means first thing you have to think how much to write. How much to write. Do remember, always write the answer according to the marks. If something 5 marks, you have to write the answer according to the 5 marks. If something 8 marks, you have to write the answer according to the 8 marks. So plan your answer according to the allocated marks. Then you need to think, what are the key points that I have to write? Make a pictorial image in your mind or make a draft. Quick bullet points that I will write these quick points. So whatever you write, you need to identify. First plan, develop the mind. Yes, not if you are in a hurry and attempting the question without planning, you will not be able to develop the quality answer. Now, first thing is technical marks. So you have to think about what technical marks I have to cover here. Then you have to consider what professional skill marks I need to incorporate. Identify the relevant professional skill marks. What are these? I will discuss the point later. What are the professional skill marks? Do remember there are 4 professional marks maximum to examine. For 50 marks question, 4. For 25 marks question, 3. But maximum 4: communication, analysis, evaluation, skepticism, commercial acumen. Do remember this is actually icing on cake. Sir, what you said? These are icing on cake. These 4 are indulging. These arrow about professional skill marks incorporating with the technical skill marks. That's a key point. Whatever the slide I have discussed here, let's apply with a question. Let's apply with a question. But before that, the very important thing, highlighted green circle, professional skill marks is actually about this technical marks. Now apply with a question, a 10 marks question. Let's take out a 10 marks random question. For example, if you are going to attempt a 10 marks question, 10 marks question. So for 10 marks, examiner out of 10 marks, 8 technical marks, 2 professional marks. Now apply this rule. Number 1, for 10 marks, plan your answer. How you will, for example, you are simulating the question, attempting the question. Number 1, time management. For 10 marks, number 1, time and marks management. For time management, you have 2.25 minutes multiplied by 10 marks, that is 22.5 minutes. How much marks to attempt? Technical marks and professional marks. Actually, professional marks is a part of technical marks. So time allocation, 20% for planning. You have 20% time for planning. Out of 22.5, 20% that 5 minutes you have to make a good plan. And for 80%, that is almost 17 minutes you have to attempt. Good planning resulting a good answer. Output a good answer. Now, what about the marks management? For 10 marks, the technical skill marks, how much to write? I must say for 10 marks you have identified, I have to mention something 5 to 6 marks. Oh, sorry, 5 to 6 well explained points. Okay. Then you think about this based on requirement what to write and think about what are the key points, identify the key points, thinking about it. Once you identify the key points, then just make a view what are the professional marks. For example, you need to think first, you need to think technical marks, then technical marks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a cat. What the impression of cat right now? Can you please reply me? What is the impression of this cat right now? Can you please reply me? What is the impression of this particular cat right now? What is the impression? The impression is something thinking about this. Make planning. So first of all, you need to think point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4, the technical points. Then incorporating professional skill marks and then apply accordingly. That is a comprehensive slide how to handle the things accordingly. Can you please reply me? Are you getting the point how to handle the thing? Yes, when I will attempt a particular question with you or you will practice the thing accordingly, then actual the things expose. Okay, candidates, overall, now this part of the session is now going to conclude with some important points. What is the right approach about the AFM? Number one, we cannot ignore the theory because this is the theoretical based calculation paper. It's not about the calculation. It's a theoretical based calculation. The base is theory. So we cannot ignore theory. If someone asks that how much theory, how much calculation, you just consider that 60 to 65% paper is theory, 30 to 35% calculation. Simple as that. Professional skill marks is a regular part of the practice. It's not the last part of the session, last 10 days or 15 days. It's a regular part of the practice. Complete syllabus area. Quality pass exam practice. Quality means whatever I've discussed with the latest slides, previous slides. We have to cover with the time management. We have to cover with the smart exam techniques. Cover all syllabus area, no guesswork. And when whatever the knowledge you have from the syllabus, you have to apply the knowledge accordingly. You have to apply the knowledge accordingly. You have to apply the knowledge accordingly. That's a point. Candidates, I never recommend to my students for any revision kit. I never recommend to my students for any revision kit. You have total 14 pass exam paper, including a specimen exam. 14 pass exam papers. That is more than enough. 14, 50 marks question and 28, 25 marks question. These 8 exam questions are available with the CB format. CB format available with these 8 marks. Till now. In fact, one question is missing. Sorry. No. 15 pass exam papers, not 14, 15. Some here is missing one. AFM June 20, March June 22 and AFM September December 22 as well. 15 pass paper, 15 50 marks question and 30 25 marks question. A very comprehensive questions available. Pass exam question. That's more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these are 6. So what are these two? These 8 pass papers available with the CB format. Available on the CB format. And these 6 papers are not available with the CB format, but you can attempt with the CB format with a blank space. Mark my word, all the pass exam question you need to attempt, you need to attempt on the CB platform. CB platform. If it's not available with CB format, use the blank CB. Otherwise, use the Microsoft Excel and the Word. But don't do practice manually. That's important. Sir, another question. From September 22, examiner changed. The exam format has changed. So how much past papers available with professional skill marks? These 5 past exam paper available. 3 specimens type question, 2 real pass exam questions. AFM practice exam 2, AFM practice exam 1, AFM specimen, AFM September 22 exam, AFM December 22 exam. 5 paper available. That's more than enough for June 23 exam. Furthermore, how the course will execute. Number 1, our lectures based on 2 components. Number 1, regular course coverage of AFM. Regular course. That is concept building. Number 2, question practice course. By next week, you will get the question practice course aspect as well. Live weekend sessions, practice sessions. And by the way, you have already the roadmap. I will mention the roadmap with the dates. So we have to cover the things with the particular dates. Weekly dates, you have to cover the things accordingly. Every weekend session, we make a practice session, plus your queries handling, and you need to cover the targets as well. The notes available, all syllabus areas, and the multiple question I will provide the suggested answer. Suggested answer means one thing is the model answer, but a lot of answers will be available for all syllabus areas. The student caliber answers. The answers will student caliber. Whatever the assignment I will provide to you, you have to submit me through email. It's mentioned on the course title, AFM by Hussain Qazi @gmail.com, and then I will provide you the feedback. Evaluation system is very important. I will conduct one mid mock immediate after the March 23 result, and one final mock that's published by the ACJ. smart exam technique like I have discussed previous and many more, and the WhatsApp group and the tutor support. You have 11 weeks from now. You have 11 weeks from now. 11 weeks from now. 11 to 12, 11 and a half weeks. You have to focus your things. That's 7 weeks for the preparation. 2 weeks, I will conduct a detailed question practice session. That's a boot camp. Question practice session. Boot camp. And the revision with the mock exam. Last 2 weeks. So you can split your preparation accordingly. 7 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Students, even you are, if even you are not a full-time student, you engage with the job, engage with your employment. You had to spare your time accordingly, weekly basis. You have to spare the time per week, 14 to 17 hours per week. 14 to 17 hours per week, including videos, watching the videos and the assignments, and participation with the live videos at each weekend. Participation with the live videos with each weekend. That's a key point. So, and at the last month, that May 23, the last month, I will conduct a boot camp. You have to participate with this boot camp with a live practice sessions that also support you. Furthermore, mock and assignment evaluation that support you. So even you are doing the job and limited time, you just start the thing with a manner, do the things with a trial and error, and start accordingly. Move on. Manage your schedule accordingly. Regular course of the premium videos, assignment, weekend classes. So manage the things accordingly. This is what about the motivation factor. Let's start the AFM journey with the Hussain Qazi. That is the point. Yes, question practice you have to conduct with every day. I will, I've shared the roadmap with you. I will update the roadmap with the question base accordingly, and you have to perform the things accordingly. I will communicate with the WhatsApp classroom. Don't worry. Candidates, is that clear, all of you? That is all about the second phase of this particular session. So the session is still continued, the episodes continued, but the session still continued. This episode now become conclude. Now wait for the next or last episode of the AFM orientation session, where I will discuss a small question with the professional skill mass as well. Thank you very much about this part of the session.